I forgot how much work this was. Getting everything set up, and then had some skin cancers removed from the top of my hand, and they had to do a little bit I don't know where they realigned it. I won't know till I get to see it. And so they even had to knock me out for it. I couldn't believe it. Can't believe how many times I've been to the skin doctor and had them drill holes in me and everything else, and just do it while I was awake, and all of a sudden they want to knock people out for just a little bit of surgery. Anyway, I hope you're all doing fine tonight. And I hope I didn't piss too many people off on my last video. I think I lost about 25 or more people, but you know, politics isn't candy cane. It's real, and it's not like there's a blue team and a red team, and one's all great and one's all bad and all this kind of stuff. There's a bunch of stuff going on both sides that aren't very healthy. So, but that doesn't mean that they're all bad people, or that, anyway, I'm not going to talk that much tonight. I have a whole bunch of stuff to read on, so I was just going to read more than anything. And just, it's going to be kind of hard to shuffle the cards, but maybe I can for a little while. And then I've got 2 decks strung out here in front of me, so I'm going to work with 3 different decks, so I don't have to shuffle them as often. And not even sure I can shuffle them. I think I shuffled them a little bit when I was asking myself something. So the first thing I'm going to ask wasn't even on my list. I just heard somewhere about an hour or so ago that in fact, I even Googled it to see if I could get some information, and I couldn't get any information on it, just that he was in the Supreme Court. But I could have swore I heard somebody say that Clarence Thomas was taken to the hospital on one of the news channels I was watching, and that was when I was in the bathroom putting some makeup on there. And I thought, wow. And then I thought, don't go there, Lynn, don't go there. Send good energy, don't send bad energy. But I don't think he's a good person. I mean, God don't make junk. Everybody's a good person on one level or the other, but I do think I need to turn my phone off. Is what I need to do. Excuse me, people. Oh, I don't feel too graceful tonight. I woke up this morning, my fingers are even black, but that wasn't because of my circulation. That was just anyway. What I'm getting back here is I watched a really neat video. Actually, about a week ago, because I was sitting in the doctor's office getting ready to have the final deal before they did the surgery this week. From a guy that had worked with our government and whatever. Anyway, it was very interesting. It was about UFOs. And I've seen a lot of them that are really quirky, whatever you want to call it. And I've seen some of them that make sense. So this one made a lot of sense to me, so I sent it to my grandson and my daughter, and they're both texting me back. And one said, that's what too much YouTube would do to you. And another one asked if I was taking drugs. And I said, no, I haven't even had any of the pain medication they gave me for my hand. It wasn't that bad, and I didn't need it. So I haven't taken any drugs. I just sent it to him because it sounded very interesting to me. But obviously not to them, but that's all right, because we all don't have to think alike. And so the first deal I was going to do, was something totally different. But let's do this. And if you haven't ever watched my channel before, my name's Lynn. This is Lynn Tarot Readings. I've been reading tarot cards for over 50 years. And come up with some interesting things in that amount of time. And
Mark Roads or Mark Roads.
excuse me just a minute. So, hey, I'm back. My name's Lynn. Lynn Tarot Readings at gmail.com. If you want a personal reading, Lynn Tarot Readings at gmail.com, and put your phone number in there, and I'll get back with you and we'll set you up for a reading. And I got 2 readings to do tomorrow, and I think after that I'm open. So just get in touch with me and give me a call, and we'll get you set up. So here we go. The first question, because I just found out about it, I think, like I said, I'm not even sure, because I was trying to Google it and couldn't find anything but his name, but I think Clarence Thomas went to the hospital today. So let's see what's going on with him. Let's see what's going on with him. So I didn't even know I could shuffle those cards with all that reconstruction on top of my hand, but it doesn't seem to be hurting it, at least not right now. And I got some pain pills I can take later if I have to. I haven't had to take any so far. So let's see. Clarence Thomas, what's going on with you? Are you going to have to pay the piper? We got the mercenary as a signifier. Whoa, it's a heavy burden. The influence on this and the obstacle is very, very heavy burden. So this is something serious. And the foundation is, I'm going to call it stress. This is usually my Nancy Pelosi card, and I don't want to get into that or what I think about that. But are the Democrats, are the House of Representatives, I think the House has got him stressed out. That's what I'm feeling from this. The House has got him stressed out. It's not funny, but wow. And this is the past influence on the present on this reading. So this isn't good. And a lot of times this is dire, but I feel like this is more stress, just total stress, heavier than his stress has ever been in years. Because that's the past influence on this reading. So there's been a lot of bad energy coming toward him, which he deserves. In the sky, at least you don't have to worry about paying his medical insurance. Him and his wife's got plenty of money. And this is probably his wife in this particular layout. He's really worried about justice coming down on his head. Really worried that it's time to pay the piper. That's what I heard when I turned over the first card, time to pay the piper. Let's see what else is coming up here. This is in his house. So they are wanting to do some kind of procedure that they're talking to him about, that he has a choice to make. So there is something serious going on here. Maybe something he really don't want to do, but none of us do. I didn't want to I didn't want to be knocked out so they could operate on my hand, but I did. Well, the energy around this is the nine of coins, so maybe this will come out all right for him. Or maybe it's just the fact that he does one thing he doesn't have to worry about since he's in medical jail, that he don't have to worry about how much it costs, and he's getting the best treatment probably that you can get in the world. I don't know why these next two cards are upside down. Let me see if the next one's upside down. Oh, I must have flipped the deck over or something. Well, I feel like this is some new procedure or something. That's why he's got a choice to make. There's some kind of new treatment or something for whatever's going on with him. They're trying to figure out whether to use it or not. We got the star here. Sometimes this is the United States. Sometimes this is coming out of it, everything just fine. He definitely has everybody's attention. This is about attention. Everybody's got their eyes on this and their ears that just heard it because they know how unbalanced the Supreme Court is. So that's part of what's going on. This is something very serious. Like I said, another decision to be made. There's always a lot of decisions. But I really don't think he's going to win this one. I don't think he's going to win it. Let's go back and look over these and see. I kept drawing and drawing. With the Knight of Pentacles, which is the mercenary. And that kind of like what I felt like time to pay the piper. Time to pay the piper. And this is also what's going on here is this is some really serious stuff. We got the Ten of Wands. It's a heavy burden. It's got his wife worried. A lot of it he's brought on himself, whether this is through maybe a lifestyle or just, not taking care of himself. Who knows? His wife, I don't feel like she's all that worried, just as long as she's got her hands on the money, so she doesn't have to worry about that. It looks like he's definitely going to have some kind of surgery. They're telling him about that. And they're telling him the energy around it's good, that he'll probably more than likely come out okay. And from these cards, got the Ace of Pentacles and the Star card, so it looks like he will come out of this all right. But he's still going to have a lot of stress afterwards. That doesn't mean that his problems are over. And somebody's going to offer him a chance. I don't know what it would be, but something's going to... They're going to offer him something that seems empty to him. But I have a feeling, because this card's upside down, that he's not going to be able to do his job anymore. So even though I feel like he might, it doesn't look like he's going to die or anything like that, and for YouTube only, that it's not that dire, whatever's going on with him. It will change his, drain his energy. Because I'm not sure how old he is. I think he's almost as old as I am, or maybe as old as I am. But it's going to drain his, he's not as old as I am, but anyway, he's getting up there. It's going to drain his energies. But it doesn't look like anything. I'm just going to draw out of a different deck so I don't have to try to shuffle and put these back in there right now. I'm going to draw and see if it's going to affect his work, if he's going to have to leave. Is this going to affect him, what would you call it, career-wise? Couldn't hardly call the Supreme Court a job. Is this going to affect him career-wise? We'll have to see. I'm just going to draw 3 cards out of this next one up here. Maybe 4. In the past, he always felt like he didn't even have to pay attention to what he ate or drank or anything, that he was just drunk as a horse. But he's also needed this done for a while, because this matches the card on the surgery, whatever they're going to do to him. He's got great doctors, but that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for, in the present, he's worrying about whether he can keep his job or not. Because this is the court. Is he going to be able to keep his job? That's what he's worried about. He will have the best care that you can offer, medical. Here's the Earth Mother, is the challenge. Maybe that's his mother. That's a challenge. Maybe she's the one making him sick. Anyway, we'll have the best of care. But this isn't, they don't know yet whether, I can't tell you whether this is going to affect his job on the Supreme Court or not. It looks like it could go either way. There's 2 sides to this. It could go up and it could go down. It's definitely not settled yet. So it looks like he's set. Looks like he's going to have some kind of surgery or surgical procedures done. And it looks like it could end up knocking him off the court. Could be not well enough to do his job afterwards, even though it looks like it's not going to transition him right away. And this is for YouTube and for fun and entertainment only. So let's see what other, I got a bunch of questions here. I've been writing stuff down forever. Okay, what's going to happen with Val Demings and Marco Rubio? We know that Marco Rubio is going to have the biggest purse. It's hard to go up against a big purse, but let's see. Val Demings and Marco Rubio. How should we do that? How should I do that? 2 different rows, I guess, of 4. It's the best way. It's the way I usually do these when they're races between 2 people. I'm going to just slide these out in front of me too, because I can't use that hand too much. So the first one is, since I had her first, let's see how Val Demings is going to do. And this is in, obviously, Florida. going to ask myself where this was at. It has to be Florida. Marco Rubio's involved. So Val Demings, what are we doing with you? A lot of people love her. We got the Queen of Cups. In the present, they're looking for every bit of garbage they can get on her. The challenge is going to be having enough money to get through the race to really go up against him and do the right kind of job, especially with all the voter crap in Florida. And wow, Nine of Pentacles, she could win that race. I'm surprised to see this. Not because I don't like her, I do. I'd love to see her beat him. But look at this. She could very well win this race. I don't know what could possibly be happening in Florida that could make that legal enough for her to win, because I figured they're going to win most of their races in Florida by cheating. But it looks like she's got a chance. So now I'm not even going to put these away till I pull 4 cards on Marco Rubio. I'm not even going to look at him here. 2. Wow. That's not good. Well, he's got plans to win. There's is money being gathered up to go against him. At least she's going to get some backing. Half of these people, if they're progressive at all, they don't even get any backing if they're going against any Republicans. She is going to get backing. But then so is he. Here's the 10 of Cups. Here's the Republican Party coming out and throwing money at him like crazy. Money and lies and deceit and propaganda coming from the Republican Party towards her. But this is his outcome. God, wouldn't it be wonderful if both of these cards was right? This is her outcome, and this is his outcome. And anybody that knows anything about tarot, I don't even have to say what that is. It looks like there's no way he's going to win that race. I hope I remember this, and if that happens, or somebody reminds me if I don't. And I don't mind if you remind me if I get it wrong either. It's just that it'd be nice to know I'm right, because I didn't figure those cards were going to look nothing like that. Nothing like that. So I'm surprised. Here I am leaning so close to the mic, you can probably hear me slobbering in it. Let's see. Just going to stick those back all over. Okay, why? There was an Oligarch plane that landed in Florida today for some reason. So why did it land in Florida? Let's see if we can figure out. Let's see if it'll tell us something. I feel like I'm sitting over here in the dark. I hope it's not too dark. The video's not too dark. Anyway, so why did the plane land there? Why did the plane land there, and what was it doing? Why was it landing in Florida? Probably to make some more money, big money deals, but let's see. Interesting. The spin a story, maybe. Looks like spinning more crap. Well, he landed there because he was desperate about something. We got the 4 of Swords here. And then we got the High Priestess. It's like This was not just any oligarch or something. This was an important one. I don't know why he was important, but he also landed there to. This almost looks like to reveal secrets. It sounds weird. I can't imagine any oligarch landing in Florida to reveal secrets. I mean, maybe to bring information to some of the people that's running Florida from straight from Russia. Maybe I don't know. To reveal secrets was why the plane landed. The secrets aren't true. Maybe a few, but it's not like truth on truth. It's a bunch of there's a lot of propaganda involved here and money. It's about his money. He's worried about something maybe that they've taken of his. But for some reason, this ends up helping the USA. This ends up helping lawmakers, people on the up and up. Because this is my favorite ace. This is people that actually do want to help people. So, and then I drew a clarifier and got the Republican Party. So maybe that's what he landed there for. Maybe it was to talk to people that they've already given money to from Russia in the Republican Party. Now would be a good place to make contact with them would be in Florida. So that could be it. But it is because he's worried, and he's worried about money. And he thought he could do this and make things better. And somebody in the Republican Party is listening to him. So we'll just have to see if these come out anywhere to what's going on there. If this story comes out, why this is going on there. Interesting. I hope you're all doing great. I've been thinking of everybody that's always so kind to me. And if you want me to send me some questions that I can answer, because that was the biggest thing, was trying to figure out where to go with what to ask. And this is about those senators from that July 4th meeting again. That keeps coming up and coming up. I don't think they'll ever get over that. The ones that went to, for July 4th, went to Russia right after Trump got in. I'm sure to collect their money, whatever. But there was some underdealing, and they're wanting to know, is the senators from July 4th meeting in Russia, are they going to be in trouble? So that's pretty yes or no, huh? Are the senators from that meeting going to be in trouble? Well, let's take the senators' cards. If we're going to do this, let's use this step. Well, it looks like they're going to jail. This is the senators. This is the truth coming out. And this is the tower going down. I'm going to pull one more out of here and see. It's not good. It's the Eight of Swords. So yeah, they're probably going to be found out. They were getting money from all over or whatever, a lot of money coming in a lot of different directions there, and it's going to come back and bite them on the butt. So it looks like that they are going to be in trouble. The stool I'm sitting in is making a lot of noise because I'm rocking back and forth on it. Maybe I could move back on it, and I won't do that. I'll be careful; it hurts my hand. That's why it's rocking, because I'm leaning forward to get the cards instead of doing them right in front of me. Well, is Putin on his way out? Let's save that to last. Let's do this Mark Meadows deal. I'm trying to get away. I've been listening to Ukraine till it's coming out my ears. A lot of these questions are about the Ukraine and stuff, but let's do this one on Mark Meadows. It seems like Mark Meadows' cousin or niece rented a trailer in North Carolina several years ago, like 3 or 5 years ago or something like this. And he used it for his address to run for office, but never, as far as anybody knows, spent the night there. The people that own it say that they've seen his niece spend the night there, or his cousin, or whoever rented it once or twice. But they said he never came there. And then I guess he used it for voter registration to vote the last election. I mean, there's black women that they put in jail for 6 years for, even after she asked her parole officer and everything else and thought she was cleared to vote. But anyway, so let's see if that's going to boil into a major deal or what. So let's just pull some cards on Mark Meadows. What's going on with Mark Meadows tonight? I thought that would work better to put 3 decks of cards here, but I don't think it's working better. Not at all, in fact. Let me see. Let me pull these cards further apart so I can get up underneath to grab some out that I couldn't see or get to before. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and draw 10 cards. This just doesn't feel as good as when I can shuffle them and just stop them right where I want to, but let's see. Feels like it's lower energy or something when I'm not doing the cards all the time. There's a lot of things that's going to get Mark Meadows in trouble, not just this. But the signifier is yes. There's a lot of stuff coming down on him. He wanted to be the star. He's going to get to be the star of this. And it's not a good one. It's going to show the Republican greed. And a lot of underhanded stuff coming through. The past influence on the present. This is not good. Yeah, this is going to get him in more trouble than some of this other stuff for some reason. There's more to this. He didn't think he had to worry about it as long as he had the corrupt king in the office above him. Now he knows he has to worry because the corrupt king is a total broken man and will never be back in politics again. We got the King of Cups here, which is Biden a lot. But this is in his 7th house, so he feels like he's got the Democrats coming directly after him. Directly after him. He still feels like he's got a few rabbits to pull out of the hat. He's already talking to his lawyers and everything about it. feels like he was above everything else and above everybody else. And that way he doesn't have to really worry about stuff. He feels that like he can use sleight of hand and not have to tell the truth and not have to testify and just go do whatever the F he wants to, like he always has. But let's see what the outcome is on that. The outcome is the Queen of Swords. I think this is Liz Cheney. I think she's directly coming after his butt. So I don't think it's going to turn out good for him at all. I think this is just going to open up a whole nother can of worms. It's going to bring attention to him and the Republican Party and the things they were doing that they should have been in trouble for a long time ago. He didn't think he had to worry about it because of the corrupt king in charge, but now that corrupt king is just like a gutter snipe. He's really worried about the Democrats coming after him. He's looking for something good he can show them. And he's thinking with a sleight of hand, maybe he can come up with something good, but it doesn't look like it's going to work. It looks like they're going to hold him, that they are going to end up holding him to the fire. Let's hope these cards are right. Let's hope that they're going to hold him to it, because it's time somebody got held to something. Can't just have every old white man in D.C. being able to do anything they want to do and know that they're never going to get in any trouble for it, while they're going around putting other people in jail like there's no tomorrow. So let's see what else is going on here. Maybe I ought to put this a little bit closer to this light because I can hardly see. Oh, that's much better. It's probably not better for you. Whatever. Will Crimea be back in Ukraine? Personally, I don't think it ever will, but that was one of the questions somebody sent me. So I'm just going to draw 3 cards for that, because I don't even think I need 3, but I'm going to take 3 cards for that. I'm pretty sure they got waterfront property when they took Crimea, which is what they were wanting more than anything. They wanted that all the seafronts. It might be mentioned, but they'll take higher ground. No, I don't think they're ever going to just give it back. I don't think they'll ever give Crimea back. I don't think they ever intended to. Well, will the Ukraine end up being part of NATO, of Europe, NATO? That's what this person asked. These two together. So I'll just take 3 more cards out of this other deck. See what comes up. Present, everybody's really happy with Ukraine. Drew the wrong card. The wrong deck, I mean. Horrible fight going on. From looking at these cards, I'm really surprised because it showed them really being stubborn and doing a deep dive and looking and looking and looking in the past. And then it shows justice coming through, a deal being made. And we got a queen here. So maybe they will become part of the Europe. Is it called the European Union or NATO or whatever? Maybe they will definitely become part of that eventually. It's hard to see it right now, but it's maybe to give us something hopeful to think about, that they could get out of harm's way, where they don't, even if they got out of this right now, where they didn't have to worry about going through it every 5 years after everybody else builds them back up, and then Russia comes in and knocks them over again. Oh, and then there's the sweet lady that I read for. Her name is Jackie, and she wanted to know if this basketball player, Brittany Griner, would be released from the Russian prison. She got put, I guess she was over there doing something to do with her basketball, or I can't remember the league she played for or whatever, and she had some drug paraphernalia on her or something. From what I understand, it was paraphernalia instead of drugs. And they just took and threw her in jail. So let's see, is she going to get out of there anytime soon? I hope so. Well, this is surprising, kind of. They're all upside down, so I'm going to turn them over. Just the deck. So we got the Three of Swords. It was really looking bad. But for some reason, it looks better. It looks like there's a judgment coming in. It looks like there's some money involved. And I think maybe she's even coming back to the United States before very long. I figured there'd be money involved and she'd still be over there at least half the time she's supposed to be. I don't remember what, I think they gave her 4 or 6 years or something like that. But it looks like she's back here. So it was really bad. Some kind of justice coming through, some kind of money being paid, more money, or something coming through there. But I think she's coming back. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Well, it looks like 3 years. Still a long time. But she might be home earlier than 3 years. Let's hope so. Let's hope she's back before those 3 years. Well, I got two more. The next one's Dejoy. Will he be leaving the U.S. Post Office quickly? U.S. Postal Service quickly. So, are you going to get out of the Postal Service, Mr. Dejoy? Well, we got the World card, but it's upside down. Hmm. That was the past. In the present, it's almost like he's had a They've just been blocked to try to get rid of him. He's been protected by a blockage, something they haven't had the power to get rid of him like they wanted to. The challenge is he going to win this? Is he going to win this blockage and end up being able to keep his job? And the answer is justice. So I don't think so. There ain't no way. The whole world's been watching this and wonder what's going on, that Trump can put anybody anywhere or keep anybody anywhere or take anybody out of anywhere and nobody says anything, and Biden can't even get a guy from being the Postmaster General. And I'm not talking bad about Biden. I'm just saying there's Republican rules and Democratic rules, I guess. Running on two different sets of total rules. But so the world can't figure out what's going on here. They have been blocked from firing him. The challenge is it's been up in the air, but justice is coming through. So when is justice coming through? I'm just going to grab one of these cards. Well, let's not hope it's 2 years. Let's hope it's 2 months. What is this month? This is March, April, May. Let's see if he's gone before summer starts. I guess today was the first day of summer, but gone before June. March, April, May. So this looks like he might be leaving in June. Might be leaving there in June. I hope you guys are enjoying this, because I'm enjoying the hell out of it, but it just feels weird not being able to shuffle the cards, just putting them back in there. But there's no reason why this shouldn't work just as good, as long as you're asking the question before you draw the cards. It just feels better when I keep shuffling them. The other question I had here that I've been wanting to know, and I haven't drawn any cards on it at all, and that is, will the youth of America come out and fight for abortion rights? Fight for women to have freedom of their own body? Are they really going to fight this fight and fight it hard? I want to shuffle the cards so bad for that and go through them. Is the youth of America going to come out and fight for this? Is the youth of America going to come out and fight for this? To keep the Supreme Court from taking away all of our abortion rights. Eight, 9, 10. Let's see what we got here. Is the youth going to come out and vote, march, do everything they have to try to keep women from losing their rights and more freedoms being gone in America? And a lot of people don't realize it, but they're the ones that won that election in Georgia and put those other two people on this in the Senate that was supposed to help change things. Well, if they don't, nobody's going to have any rights. Somebody's got to start this somewhere. The influence over this is justice, protecting this. They're trying to shut down everything, take everybody's rights away. Because they're a bunch of frickin' bullies. We know that. I don't think anybody's got them riled up enough yet. Looks like they haven't decided what they want to do. They're really upset with the older people for not coming through, not using the law like it should be used. They're really upset with our government as it's functioning at this time. It looks like they might try to make a deal to help us one more time. This is going to be coming to the surface in a couple of months. I think this is part of this deal is depending on whether they see justice going forward at all. Otherwise, I mean, they're just not. I don't know what they need to do something, but they can't just keep wasting their time. That's what they want to see. They want to see the law come through. They want to see some law and order come through, so they feel like that their effort is worth it. And they also want to see some money come through. Instead of all of it going to the other side. They need some backing. But it looks like maybe there's some kind of deal that is going to be made. That's going to really help turn things around. So let's go back over them. This is quite the dichotomy here. We got them feeling like they're tied down. Because normally they just don't get justice no matter what they try. Feel like they're in jail. They know that in the past there's just been a bunch of bullies. They're blocked in the future. Every time they try to do something, they get blocked. They're trying to make a deal with some of the Democrats. But most of them got their nose so high in the air that they're not even paying that much attention to how much power that the young people have when it comes to the voting. Not only that, they're healthy enough to get there and stand in line all day. So anyway, they're wanting some justice to come through. They're wanting to know it's worth it if they go to all this trouble. And they're wanting to know if they can get some of the money backing them that should be backing them. So it looks like they are going to have some negotiations. Whoever's going to, I think they may, I have a feeling before the next election, at least before the big one, before the presidential one, that they're going to have some people that are actually speaking out for them, that they're going to set up a hierarchy in the younger people's Democratic side vote. But anyway, we've got the magician coming through, so it looks like they may be able to help pull us through again. Hopefully. I just don't want a bunch of women dying like when I grew up from trying to get back alley abortions. So anyway, sounds like everything's been gloom and doom. We need to do something cheerful here. The last one on here, everybody wanted to know if China would enter the war. I don't think so because they're afraid that might start a nuclear war and they don't want one. But maybe we'll read on that next time. Let me see what else is here. See if I can find something funny or cute to read on. I don't see anything funny or cute. That's why I haven't wanted to read any cards. Well, I've had too many people ask this one not to do it. I'm going to do it real quick before I go, and that's will Russia invade Poland? If they get away with this, what's stopping them? I don't, they seem to get away with anything they want to do. So why would anything stop them? All they got to do is holler nuke, and everybody goes ballistic. But I mean, I realize that there's a lot of politics involved there. I'm not saying that's what they should do, but will Russia invade Poland eventually? They get away with this, where they can invade Poland. I hope I got the right amount here. I think I do. Well, they're not being honest about nothing. That's for sure. Nothing honest about anything they're doing. So we shouldn't listen to anything Putin has to say. We know that already, but it shows the obstacle is being Biden to keep them from going in there. So maybe they will be really serious and jump on them like stink on crap if they do start to go in there. Maybe NATO will be together and put a stop to it immediately. Um, they would have had Trump still been in office. There would have been no doubt about it. There was a plan for that to happen. They're going to have some people so destitute, and I feel like this is the poor people of the Ukraine, that nobody's going to be really wanting to fight that's local. It would not be a good idea for anybody for them to do that, but we knew that ahead of time. They're really, really thinking about it. Look at this. They have a plan to do it, just to keep going. They don't have any intention of stopping. Nope. They definitely have a plan to do it. It would not be a good idea for anybody, for the whole world or anybody. Here's somebody making them an offer. I hope they don't try to keep negotiating with them when there's no way to negotiate with a thief and a liar. If that comes, we need negotiations now if there's a way to get them. But I'm talking about if it comes to where they go ahead and take Crimea and then just start into Poland. That's what this is about. Whatever they tell you, it's going to be lies. That's the energy around it. But the outcome is justice. So I have a feeling, from the looks of these cards, Yeah, they have every plan in the world to keep going with this. They're not planning on stopping after Crimea, but they might have to, because the United States might be stronger than they think they are, coming in with all with NATO, because Trump's not there to protect him anymore. And it's just going to be too obvious that he's the bad person in this. Everybody in the world knows what a bad person they are. But they did have a plan to go through with it. Look at this here. But this is them trying to negotiate, saying they won't, or they get this, or they get that. This is them keeping changing sides, but this is justice coming through. So, does that answer the question? Not really. It looks like they got plans on their books to do that. I don't think they'd think twice about going ahead and doing it if they get away with Crimea without anybody coming out against them. But it looks like they're going to get stopped, or that justice card wouldn't be there, so that's good. So we're just going to have to wait for the answer to that. It looks like there is no answer. Just a bunch. I'm sorry if if I don't seem as happy as usual or down tonight or whatever. I didn't mean to be. I really missed you guys, and I missed doing this, and I'm glad I did another one, and I hope it took. I hope the camera's recording. And I just wanted to say thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for all the readings you've gotten from me, and thank you for all the donations you've sent for me, and thank you for all the good energy you've given me, and thanks for the subscriptions, and just thanks for everything. So I just wanted to tell everybody night, and that I love you. Try starting every day with an attitude of gratitude. Just wake up thinking of everything you love and why you love it so much, and just be thankful and live every day. Go out and go walking, get exercise to get rid of stress, do something different, do something new, try to do something to help somebody else every day. That's what I try to do. Sometimes it's hard because of where I live and stuff, and should be. God bless you all. Just be thankful for every day. Namaste.